In tonight's class, we're going to do the tantric practice of the Tara, white Tara, which is called long life Tara in the Tibetan tradition. And her symbol is the space element. We call it the space element, the mother element. Earth, water, fire, air, and earth, water, fire, air,
space.
Space, yeah. Anyway, the other four can't exist without space. But eventually the other four disappear. Our universe disappears, but space doesn't go away. Then eventually it appears again, just like us. Reappear, we take birth, then we disappear, we leave our bodies and go into the next life. These practices are twofold as a form of healing for this life, but also preparation for the next life, which we call the bardo of becoming. This life we call the bardo, or bardo of existence. Bardo means a period in between, temporal, time, in time. And in our mind, we have this temporal existence. For instance, we take birth, we grow up, we grow old, we get sick, we die. That's all sequential experiences. Time sequential. So everything in the universe is like that. But when you enter into the dimension of space, there's no such thing as time. And that takes some getting used to. Also, this space is the nature of your mind, because in that nature there's no drama, there's no judgment, there's no action, there's no thought. But yet it exists in the mind, and it's very, very valuable. First of all, it's a place where you can relax, but you have to be able to focus and use your imagination to get there. So in the Tibetan tradition, we have these meditation and yoga practices. They're called Sutra and Tantra. And then the nature of mind, which these practices help us to recognize and use, are called Mahamudra, or the mind of great bliss. In Tibetan they say Dzogchen, or the great perfection, or the middle path. Each lineage has its own term for this, but it's the same. No matter which lineage you follow, the Sutra Tantra practices is to take you to that natural state of your consciousness, which exists in all beings. Animals, humans, and spirits, all sentient beings, but only humans can connect to it. So I'm explaining this because tonight we're doing the white Tara, was based on the space element. And also we're going to again do what we did in our last class, use the space element for healing as one of the 5 element meditation practices. Now Tara represents, this white Tara represents the space element. Green Tara represents air, or what we call prana, life force, chi. Red Tara is the radiation, which we call fire. Blue Tara is the water element. So we have the gold Tara is the earth element. Now usually when we practice Tara, we don't explain this because we're a healing center, and all Tibetan Buddhists is simply a healing program. It's not a religion like the rest of Buddhist tradition. So this wild card tradition of Tibetan Buddhism is simply to take you to your natural mind and do it in such a way that it'll fit any individual who does the practice. So these 5 elements in Tibetan Buddhism are, through these practices, connected to 5 states of intrinsic awareness, which are all one state. But for healing purposes, especially for the emotional program of the humans, we need to access it through these 5 modes. And when you do that, these 5 modes of intrinsic awareness and these 5 elements come together, and you're a Buddha. You're a mature human being. That's all there is to accomplish. There's nothing beyond that. And it's not supernatural, it's not divine. It's not supreme. We don't do that. We don't worship anything. So all these pictures, statues, stupas, everything is simply symbols for accomplishing this state of maturity. Then the Lama is the promoter, the source of the Dharma. And in Tibetan Buddhism, today on the planet we have thousands of lamas. When Tibet was in place, there was only a few hundred. But now we have lamas in many different countries and cultures. For instance, here I am, stuck out here in the middle of the Pacific on a hick island called Kauai. Only 77,000 people and 30,000 tourists. In any case, it's a very small populated island, and this is our Dharma Center. Now tonight we're going to start with refuge, and the lineage player of my lineage, which is the Kagyu Lamas, which is Karmapa is the head of all of our 12 Kagyu lineages. And Kala Rinpoche, who is my root Lama, he's the one that introduced the Shankpa lineage. So these two we primarily use in practice, but all the lineages are represented. In any case, we start with our own true nature that we want to connect to as a primordial state. And we call that the primordial Buddha Vajradhara. Vajra means indestructible. Dhara means patterning or consciousness. So we'll read this together. Primordial Buddha Vajradhara, Lord Buddha Shakyamuni, exalted Nagarjuna, Guru Rinpoche Padmasambhava, and his consort Bliss Queen Yeche Soyagam, Lord Maitrika, Mahasiddha by Rupa, Wisdom Dakini Sukasiddhi, Tiloka, Naropa, Marpa, Rodrapa, Venerable Nalarika, Rainbow Body Neguma, Yambo Naljor, Makchi Lakti Droma, Glorious Kampopa, Mochakpa, Mahasiddhi Kengampa, Sanjay and Tempa, Tashi Rinpoche, Karma Lordu Lodro Taye, Omniscient Karmapa, Wondrous Kala Yanti Rinpoche, Lama Tenzin, Lama Karma Rinchen, the benefactor Lama Tashi Dundra. Now that lineage is down to the present day unchanged, so that goes back to the 10th century. Unchanged. Transmission of all these teachings. We supplicate to the direct lineage lamas of the Kagyu masters of this profound path of Mahamudra. I pray I follow your lineage, grant your blessing so that I may achieve perfect liberation in this lifetime. Revulsion is the fruit of meditation as is taught. To this meditator is not attached to food or wealth, who cuts the ties of this life. Grant your blessing that I have no desire for honor or gain. Devotion is the head of meditation as is taught, because the Lama opens the gate to the treasury of oral instruction. To this meditator who continually supplicates the Lama, grant your blessing so that genuine devotion is born in me. Awareness is the body of meditation as is taught. Whatever arises is fresh, the essence of realization. To this meditator who rests simply without altering it, grant your blessing so that meditation is free from conception. The essence of thoughts is the Dharmakaya as is taught. It is nothing whatsoever, but everything arises from it. To this meditator who arises in the unceasing play, Grant your blessings so that I realize the inseparability of samsara and nirvana. You embody the gross and subtle channels, the dakas and dakinis, and all the root and lineage lamas, as well as the three jewels. O Karmapa, Kala Rinpoche, Lama, Tashi, Zundrup, and so forth.
I implore you to bestow upon me the
wisdom of bliss and emptiness.
Throughout
all my births may I not be separated from the perfect Lama, and so enjoy the splendor of the Dharma, protecting the virtues of the 5 paths and 10 bhumis. May I speedily attain the state of Vajradhara, my own natural, innate awareness. Then we're going to read the reason for these practices. You have to remember that there's no such thing as separation. Everything is a we. In other words, everything is interconnected. There's no such thing as I. That's a fabrication based in the human mind, and it doesn't work. So we're going to read this 4 immeasurables prayers so that you understand why we do this. At the bottom, may all beings have happiness and the cause of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the cause of suffering. May all beings dwell in great bliss, free from all suffering. May all beings dwell in equanimity, free from attachment,
and
free from aversion, free from pride, free from jealousy, free from ignorance, and free of greed. Now these are all your judgmental, emotional states that you're so fond of. Now we're going to take refuge in an attempt to move away from the drama field into a state of light. In order to attain enlightenment for ourselves and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now altogether take refuge and offer prostration. We go for refuge to all glorious holy lamas. We go for refuge to all yidams, the deities gathered in the mandala. We go for refuge to all Buddhas, those who have conquered the mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all the supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all Datas and Dakinis, or the protectors and defenders of the Dharma, all possessing the eye of transcending awareness. In the Buddha, Dharma, and this Supreme Assembly, I go for refuge until enlightenment. And I, through the merit gained from practicing the 6 perfections, accomplish Buddha for the sake of all beings. And we chant that in Tibetan to communicate this to all cultures in the spirit world. All day Lama Dampa Nam Lam Satsu Chiyo Yedam Chokor Di Lasso Nam Lam Satsu Chiyo Sande Chom Dende Nam Lam Satsu Chiyo Nampe Chur Nam Lam Satsu Chiyo Nampe Gendu Nam Lam Satsu Chiyo Kawo Kandro Chochom Sune Shoreshe Ki Jengam Yemba Nam Lam Satsu Chiyo. And the prayer of the Bodhisattva. Sanye Shodam Shoti Shodam La Chechu Badu Dagni Chansu Jin Dagni Jin So Jipe Sonam Ki Drola Penshir Sanjay Guru. In order to be a bodhisattva, you have to do these practices in order not just to bring yourself to enlightenment, but every sentient being in the universe that's interconnected to you. Well, that's all of them. Uncountable spirits, uncountable animals, uncountable humans. Here, this planet, we can count the humans, 7.5 billion. But that's an absolute prerequisite for bodhisattva. Then a bodhisattva has 6 disciplines that carry one quickly to the state of realizing one's true natural mind. And these 6 start with generosity. Then we have morality, ethics, and good manners, which are all practiced together with whatever Tibetan practice we're doing. Then we have patience. The 4th one is accomplishing this with diligence, everyday practice, till you've got it ingrained into your lifestyle 24/7. The 5th one is what we have these classes for primarily, is to learn to discipline the mind, practice mindfulness by being single-pointedly concentrating on one thing. It's called focus. And then disciplining our mind so that we can use our imagination to support our intentions. That's the 5th one. Then the 6th one is intentionally connecting to your state of natural mind, which in the human condition, people connect to it, but they don't value it. I mean, they connect to it when they have near-death experiences or when they're leaving their body. It's a little bit too late. Then they connect to it when they have great sexual experience or extreme physical activity. They go into this zone, we call zone, state of bliss. They connect to it when they do psychotropic drugs. But in any case, all of these are kind of missing the point. You want to be able to do this in a way that you can relax. So that when you move into this state of awareness, we call the natural mind, the drama field doesn't come with you. You can go there and leave that where it is. Then you get used to it, you increase your capacity. Then you come back into the drama field, and when you get into these extreme situations with your friends, relatives, business associations, and any other social program, and even the natural world, you can relax. You have a safe zone. And you're the one that connecting to it. You're the one that it's always there. And that's what we call Mahamudra in our tradition. Mind of bliss. And it has the qualities of clarity, which cause one to know things without anybody having to tell them or learn them. It's called intuition. That arises. This state of clarity kind of causes that. And then we have this state of voidness, which is this natural mind itself, which is the nature of the universe. That means that you are in harmony with the universe by connecting to this state of Mahamudra, natural mind, because that's natural mind means natural world. Mind and world aren't different. You can't take your mind away from the world. It's always there. See? But your natural mind is a place where the energy of the natural world can cause you to relax and give you infinite possibilities to deal with your drama field. But you have to be able to focus and use your imagination. That's it. And I say that because in this world today, there are so many distractions. There's so much upheaval that without a guide, without a support, without some ability, and without leisure time, there's no way you can do this. See? Oh yeah, I'm great. I can handle this. I can go right to natural mind. Well, there's a problem right there, and it's called the I. Because that doesn't work for you. There's no such thing as a soul or an I. No, that's for religious people. So in any case, I'm explaining this because our first practice tonight is these 6 perfections. But
He's just farting on it.
Oh, farting.
Yeah, he has,
Ringo, come. Yes, guys, today.
he has an upset tummy.
Yeah.
So anyway, tonight we're going to start with our usual, most extraordinary practice of using the breath with the three light system of Tibetan Buddhism, which causes the transmission to come into your situation. Now, the ordinary three light breath is suitable when we do the five elements. But the Om Ah Hum are three states of clarity that are resonating in that calm, peaceful, relaxed, non-judgmental state of your consciousness. Om, lots of people know, but they don't know that's the sound of the life force, the energy of the universe coming into your physical situation. That's why traditions use that sound. But in Tibetan, it's especially important because it connects the life force of the universe to your body. It changes the patterning caused by drama to less and less patterning. Then the Ah is for the transmission of the Om to spread through your body. And it is actually the sound of voyages or the universe in action. And then the Hum is used as a healing symbol. All sentient beings, because they have suffering, even in the god and goddess realms of the religion, this is absolutely necessary. And so the Hum is the expression of your exhale with blue light going to space, which means to everybody. I'm showing you this, but we're first going to do the patterning with the simple three lights practice, and then that we're going to connect to the space element with that for healing, primarily the body, and then we're going to go to the white Tara practice, which requires the three lights meditation connecting to the three sounds, Om, Ah, Hum. So you sit with your back straight if you can. Like I've been meditating now for 2 months, mostly in the prone position, or when I get a chance to walk, which is seldom these days. In any case, this back must be straight, like in the military. Very important. And if you're formally practicing sitting on a cushion or in a chair, then tilt your head slightly forward, because we're using the chakra energy system of the five elements and so forth. You need to have this in alignment through your body. Hands in a comfortable position, either on your knees or in your lap. Mouth closed, tongue resting against the palate. And focus your eyes to the energy of light and space directly in front. This is not just a metaphor, symbol. This is bringing that energy into your body through this eye faculty and spreading it everywhere, but especially to the heart. Also, it affects the two glands in your head, the pineal and, what's the other one? Pituitary. And those change the hormonal secretion system of the body to cause healing. So you want your eyes open, right here. Then relax your gaze. Don't stare to start with. Just relax. Close your eyes just a little bit. Good. Now we're ready to practice. Bring your awareness or your focus to your inhale. Color it white light, which is the color of basic color of everything. Inhale the white light and visualize it filling your lungs. Then, as the energy is extracted spontaneous from your body, visualize that energy to be red light or radiation or subtle patterning, however you want to think of it, spreading entirely through your body in a flash. Then these two together are exhaled as blue light out the nose to start the healing program in space, which is everywhere. You actually visualize space, sky. Inhale white light, the middle breath, red light, exhale, blue light. Now you practice this as much as you can so that you're able to do it and integrate it with outside the formal practice daily activity. But for now, you want to gather the light, the three lights, and all the breath, collect all of that into one place. You keep on breathing, but take your focus off the breath. Gather the three lights into a particle of light which represents the universe of spatial energy and light. This particle is similar to an atom, but you imagine it like a tiny diamond or star in the center of your chest. And you, at that point, create a chakra, an energy center. And relax for a few moments because that requires very little effort other than staying present and focused. Then with your imagination, while you're focusing on that particle, increase it in size. Imagine it to grow to a small sphere of clear light. Then you enter from the spatial dimension into the three-dimensional temporal situation of our universe. Then you imagine that little sphere to grow until it creates a sphere. I'm going to show you one this size in the center of your chest, and it's white color, and you label it, which is what we do with everything, space. Now it's all five elements in one, but we're going to focus on the symbol as space. Then we take the power of that, and with our imagination, move it out of your chest to the space in front, and bring it up before your eyes, 2 feet up. If you see it there, that just means you have a very powerful imagination. Then expand it in size till the space element encloses your body so that its dimensions are beyond your fingertips. If you stretch your arms out, larger than that. However much larger is up to you. And there you are in space. The entire energy of the natural world reflected into your body. And I can tell you that every cell in your body is going whoopee. Now the next step is to share this healing energy with our universe. But at the same time, strengthen our focus and our imagination. So we enlarge this white sphere to completely enclose this island of Kauai, and for people watching, enclose their town or area where they live. Then you expand it inside to completely enclose Mother Earth and her atmosphere, which is what space is doing already. Then you expand it in size with your imagination to completely enclose the solar system, billions of miles in every direction, sun and planets inside this symbol. Then you expand it in size to completely enclose our dish-shaped spiral galaxy. And then you merge it with the entire phenomenal universe, world, and relax in space, beyond conception, timeless. Now I can tell you that no matter what drama you're involved with in your life, it has no meaning in this dimension. So you can relax. Increase your capacity to connect to your natural mind in this way. We call this the macrocosm. Because it has no center or boundary, yet everything appears in it. Then from this dimension, with your imagination, your conceptual mind, again enclose the symbol of the space element around our galaxy. Then reduce it in size to just enclosing the solar system. And slowly and deliberately, stage by stage, reduce it till it just enclosed Mother Earth. And confine it to just your town, city, or island where you live. Then again, visualize it around your body. Now, actually, you can do this one anytime. I do it when I get into my truck. That doesn't mean I'm going to space out when I'm driving. Then confine it to just in front of your nose, the original small white sphere. Bring it to chest level and into your heart chakra. Everything gets better with heart. And imagine it reducing or shrinking inside till it again assumes this small clear light sphere. It's as small as you can imagine it. Like a tiny bubble or drop. And keep the shrinking process till you reach the particle. Then relax in the microcosm of your own situation. But no, there's no difference between the microcosm and the macrocosm. And with this understanding, you bring the awareness to the space in front of your eye and expand it into your place of practice. And share this healing energy with every being you come in contact with. That's it. I like that. That's what Lama Richie told me. That's it. Now something happened here besides this ability to focus and use your imagination. With this formula, with this software, you're using the spatial energy of the life force energy of the universe as white light. So that's a spherical representation. Why? Because everything's like that. Then you blast that light force through your body, so you use a red sphere to symbolize that healing energy pervading every cell in your body, thousands of channels of light. You can do this all at once, or you can do it in meditation for a period of time. Then you exhale the result of bringing those two together and exhaling to space, blue light. Now this causes the mind to heal itself, because the blue light is all about compassion. So you brought in clarity, the clear light. You shared the energy of this, which is the red light, which we call power.
Or bliss.
Huh?
Bliss.
Yeah, you can call it whatever you like. Yeah, in the body it can create bliss. In the mind it teaches you to not be attached to bliss, just relax. Body likes bliss. We take lots of. Abby makes bliss pills. They're really delicious.
Cacao balls.
But in any case, what you've done is you've created a new sphere, a new energy field. And that's this clear light symbol. That's the one when you come from the particle to the three-dimensional sphere. This is the union of your body, speech, and mind in a state of bodhicitta, of healing, because You're not just keeping the practice to yourself by just enclosing your body and that's it. You're sending it out in stages. More and more space, more and more people get it. More and more sentient beings, more and more spirit. You must understand that this universe is based on awareness and consciousness. Awareness is the Buddha energy we call the Vajradhara in the Tibetan name. It's actually Sanskrit. But the real energy is the energy of the beings that the universe supports. And that's the spirit world, and that's the animal world, and that's the human world. And they're all interconnected. One can't exist without the other. For instance, your body, you have parasites, those are animals. Spirits can go into anywhere, everything, so spirits inhabit your body. So you're connecting to those entities in your body, the microcosm, in the reality of space. That makes it easy to comprehend. Knowledge and insight are important. Insight means you go to this spatial state without conception, but you got to know why and how to use it, and learn to connect to it more and more, so after a while, it takes over your emotional tendencies. The fourth category of your physical existence is tendencies. They come from your past life. Everything else you do, everything you think, everything that you sense, everything you say disappears when you leave the body. But your tendencies have so much power that they rock right along with your consciousness. Why? Because you put that software in your consciousness. And consciousness is the nature of the universe. And its ultimate state is awareness. And lucky for us, we got it. It's innate. Believe, not believe. This has nothing to do with dogma. This has to do with feeling, work. The simplest symbol I have is this little circle of clear light, like a rainbow. I saw on YouTube today, somebody took a picture of a rainbow around the sun, which is very rare. And it happened on an island in Spain, La Palma, which is a teardrop-shaped island. I think it's in the Mediterranean. But in any case, they took this picture and they put it on Facebook. And I think that phenomena of a rainbow around the sun happens from some high consciousness being doing that. Because I have that experience. I've been places where my teachers, high consciousness beings, if you want to call them, produce this effect. In a clear sky, middle of the day, no weather patterning, no cloud, a beautiful rainbow around the sun.
Oh, wow.
And there was hundreds of people there. And we all were just like, wow.
Was that the last Kalu Rinpoche?
Yeah, Colorado. And he did that when we were having the empowerment for the 10 men, 10 women for a 40-month retreat. He did a lot of things, but that's one. So like that rainbow around the sun, your innate clear nature is the sun. This is all your judgmental mind. It's no different than a rainbow in the sky. So your true nature is like the sun. Well, if you do the sutra, your true nature is more like the moon. But if you do tantra, then your nature starts to get like the sun. And I say that because sutra tradition works. It just doesn't light up darkness as well as the sun does. In fact, the moon depends on the sun. So we call the moon the method symbol, the father principle, and the sun, the mother principle. So if we do that in our modern world, that puts the patriarchy out of business. because they want to take credit for everything. The guide. But this is the actual nature. This is your conceptual mind. This is your true mind. This comes from this, and this goes back to this. So this is why we use this program, this software. Understanding that, then the next part of the class is the Om Ahum connected to the three breaths. Now this is the transmission software of all Tibetan Buddhist methods. And it started in India with Shakyamuni Buddhists, spread to Tibet, thousands of years of practice. It spread outside of Tibet, and starting in the 50s, and now it's everywhere. So this has power. But the symbol of the power is the Om. The first letter of most alphabets in the planet. And then some traditions, they say, Ah, La. So they start with Ah and end with Ah. Well, they're close. Because Ah is all about power. And then there's another tradition, they got Ah, women. Oh no, they don't say Ah, men. Ah. That's the power. Om, energy coming. Ah, energy using. Om, energy sharing. Okay. And do not be attached to the process or the results, because that's just another judgmental mind emotional program. So keep your attachment out. Now that said, we're going to do the white Tara practice without a text. Which if you go to Dharma centers, they always give you these thick texts of sutras. They give you the empowerment, Om Ahum empowerment. But it usually ends with that. So there's three parts to an empowerment. An initiation, if you want to use that. The first part is the actual transmission. And that's more like putting the software into your hard drive. It just sits there. Doesn't go away, it's in your hard drive. So it has some usefulness, and there's some blessing that goes with that, because part of the teacher is influencing you. But the second part of the practice is the actual, how do you do that? How do you use that environment? How do you imagine it? How do you focus on it? What is the seed syllable of this deity? What is the seed syllable if you're using a Lama for a symbol? What is the seed syllable to protect it? Seed syllable means the creation sound. And there are 1,000 deities, and there are innumerable Lamas, and there's uncountable Buddhas, but they all have this starting point, this vibratory sound. And that is your password. So the Om Ahum is the heart, going into the hard drive. That's the software, you put it in. It's code. And the seed syllable is the password. Now you've activated what's in your hard drive. Now it's coming up on your screen. Okay, well watch out. Now what do you do with that? You connect it to the natural state of your consciousness. That place where there's no drama. Now you want to make a big drama out of everything because that's the habit of human. That's human. And get powerful. That's another thing. But you have to have this compassion. So this seed symbol that we create, in this case for space, looks like bomb. Looks like this in Sanskrit. And it's white with reddish glow. So picture a poker. You take it out of the fire, white hot, but it's got this reddish spark energy coming out. So that's this seed symbol. It looks kind of a twisted square with a dot over it. So that's the seed symbol for this deity, Ram. Then you have to know how to visualize the deity. Well, in the sutra, it's kind of described in one part of the text. But it's not that complicated. It's what the statues are. It's what's on the takas in Tibetan Buddhism. It's what we're going to process behind the stupa here where we live. There's a tar there we're going to, what we call consecrate or empower it. And put all kinds of stuff in it, like you do it, like a time capsule. And Lama Tepa's come, it's going to take a week, but that energizes that in a different way than just it being a statue. Now it becomes a healing art. Very useful. But in any case, so you imagine yourself as white tar. How do you want to be? You want to be young, beautiful, healthy, scantily clad, you know, like bikinis at the beach, if you like. Don't you love the way the women dress here in white? Throw that movement away. Get natural. And silks and jewels, so you get these jewels, necklace, everything. Oh, wow. Little bells. Well, the 6 kinds of jewelry represent the 6 bodhisattva practice, which we mentioned. The 5 colors of the silks represent the 5 elements. The 5 jewel crown on the head represents the 5 states of awareness we call 5 dhyana Buddha Dhamma. Innate clarity. Right hand open in the supreme gesture of giving or generosity, but on 2 levels. What's needed on the relative level and what's needed on the training of the mind, the ultimate level. In the left hand is the thumb and the ring finger, or in this case, the little finger, which symbolizes space, holding a white lotus which blooms by the right ear, symbolizing loving kindness, compassion. And she sits in full lotus, legs, feet on top of the thighs, because she's fully disciplined. Then rainbow light around her head and rainbow light emanating from her body is this energy of healing being shared to whatever being comes in contact with that. And you know that, you know, you go around these highly consciousness people and you can pick up on their energy. You feel peaceful, relaxed, you start to know things. Anyway, so you visualize this. But whether you use a Lama, the deity like we're using the white tar, or a Buddha symbol, it's always made of light. It's like a 3D hologram coming out of your TV, computer. Pretty soon we're going to have 3D. We got it now, but you got to put on these glasses. Pretty soon you won't need the glasses. We're a little advanced with this stuff. So in any case, you start with the deity in front as your Lama. The white tar becomes a Lama. Then you breathe. Om An Hum. So do that. This is how we start the tantric method. And this is also how you're going to receive the permission to practice this with good results. So this is the transmission. The lineage transmission. Inhale white light here, Om. Absorption breath, red light through the body, Ah. Exhaling the blue light out the nose to space, Om. You breathe that way. Inhale, Om. Absorption, Ah. Sharing, Om. And the Lama and the deity is inseparable. So to receive the transmission, you take your focus off your breath. And visualize the Lama in the front. And now the white light that was the inhale Om is produced from the Lama's head into your head. You visualize that. But now the Lama is Tara because he or she does this practice. Then, because you inhaled the red light with the Ah, it activates the transmission for your speech, the red light coming from the Lama's throat to your throat. And speech is a result of patterning in the physical body coming out in your breath. And because you exhale blue light to space with the Hum, activates the blue light from the Lama's heart chakra to your heart chakra. This is called the wisdom empowerment. This is the transmission of our lineage we call Maha Mudra, nature of mind transmission. Then when you can see all three lights shining simultaneously, bring the holographic symbol of white Tara into your body. Disappear it into your body. Then with your imagination, create a white sphere in your head with the Om sound inside. The red sphere in your throat with the Ah, and the blue sphere in your heart chakra with Hum. Then you bring the white Om down the central channel of your life force into the red Ah. Visualize that. These two together move down the central channel into the Hum. Now all three, your body, speech, and mind, are in one place. This is extraordinary. Then you condense the blue sphere with the Hum to a tiny clear light sphere. Shrink it. Then the clear light sphere shrink to the particle and relax in basic space. This starts your practice, tantric practice. Then from this spatial state of awareness, with your imagination, again create the small clear light sphere. Then increase it in size till you create a 5-colored sphere of light. And inside you put the creation sound of space, or this deity, white Tara, long, like this, white with a reddish glow. Then you send 5-colored light from this Vam out to all the Lamas and all the symbols that the Lamas use, all the deities and all the protectors. And these you visualize, they're called the 3 roots of Tantra, as around you or in front of you in space. They accept your light offering and return it from their hearts to your heart, and with this transmission, you become the white Tara. Young, beautiful, healthy, smiling, dressed in silks and jewels, sitting on a full lotus, sun and moon disk, in the sky of your mind. 5-jewel crown, right hand on the right knee, palm outward, left hand, thumb and ring finger holding a lotus stem that blooms by your left ear. Sometimes they have lotuses with white Tara besides the right ear also. Either way is appropriate. Now you're the hologram of the symbol of the white Tara. When you can see this holographically in your mind, you can visualize this solid fixed form disappear and this symbol appear in its place. Then you project it to your mother who created you. Then to all your relatives, friends, lovers, associates, enemies, everyone you have karma with this life. Then you project it to all your brothers and sisters of the human race. Only 7.5 billion of them. Then you project it to all the animals in the ocean and on the land. Infinite in number. This white tar. Then you project it to all the spirit world. Filling space. So this mandala is a projection of your mind that fills your mind with this deity of the Tara. And she represents compassion, altruistic compassion, impartially applied, with unconditional love. She represents healing energy and power. And most of all, she represents healing in the form of a blissful state where there's no drama whatsoever. But in any case, you're projecting this to fill your mind causes the heart mantra to appear. Now, these words of power produce not only healing, but an energy like the sun's. It has a universal ripple effect, and it doesn't go away. It's timeless. And so you start off with the mantra of Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Soha. Now this is all 5 taras in one, but we're using space, seed salt, and the white tar. We say this 21 times. Om Tara, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Soha. 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 Now the number 21 includes all the 21 qualities of the 21 taras, which are actual sadhanas. But all of this is promoting these taras as the white tara, the mother of all the elements, the mother of the phenomenal world, just like your own mother. But this is projected to all mother beings in the entire universe, in your mind. And this heart mantra that circles the bomb, these letters you just chanted, now become the mantra of the white Tara for healing. And we add the sounds of this mantra for healing with the visualization that each sound comes from the bomb. Each letter is stationary and faces inward and creates an energy spoke of light. And then that creates a wheel or sphere of energy around it. And with that visualization and the idea that all the sentient beings are the Tara, you say the white Tara mantra. Om Tara Tutare Ture Lama Hai Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Lama Hai Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Lama Hai Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha Om Tara Tutare Ture Lama Hai Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha. So hold a picture of the bomb in your heart center, 3D. Give it thickness. 5-colored spirit. And the Tara Tutare Ture So mantra creating these spokes that go out to this energy field. Starts off as a wheel, but then it starts to spin and create a sphere, closing you. That's the Mama Ayu Pune Jana Putin Kuru Soha. So you visualize that. And everybody you projected as Tara doing exactly what you are. Om Tara Tutare Ture Mama Hai Pune Jana Putin Kuru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Lama Hai Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Lama Hai Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Lama Hai Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Lama Hai Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha. Om Tara Tutare Ture Lama Hai Pune Jan Putin Kuru Soha. So the Tara is with this energy field, a sphere of energy. And the Tara Tutare Ture part is the spokes that go out from your heart to this circle, sphere, life force, energy. And you and every being that visualizes this are this energy field. This is your natural state, just like faith, but with power and compassion and all the qualities of the 21 Taras, compassion, power, insight, and all the rest. Then for beings that don't enter into this program, this software, for beings who don't want to be bodhisattvas, we create energy fields outside of this sphere for those beings. Now they're already in a state of enlightenment, they just don't know it. So we create this energy field by chanting that mantra, visualizing this central one, and then we add it yellow, green, blue, white, red, and black, the dark blue, to create an energy field for the 6 kinds of emotionally disturbed human beings. And it goes like this. Om Tara. So you are the Tara with the bomb and the spokes and the energy field. And the energy field is at your fingertip, the sphere, Okay, this is the life force of energy locked into this micro dimension that you exist in. It's shared universally. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punya Tinku So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punya John Tinku So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punya John Tinku So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punya John Tinku So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punya John Tinku So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punya John Tinku So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punya John Tinku So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punya John Tinku So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punya John Tinku So. Then with your two eyes, Mama and Ayu, energy shoots out, healing energy. Then with your eye in your right hand and an eye in your left, Punye Jana, so Mama Ayu, Punye Jana. Then from eyes in the bottom of your feet, Puktin Kuru. So this light shoots out, healing energy. With these two eyes, Mama Ayu. These two eyes in your right and left hand, Punye Jana. Then the two in the bottom of your feet, Puktin Kuru. So now you have to really use your imagination. It goes like this. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punye Jana Puktin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punye Jana Puktin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punye Jana Puktin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punye Jana Puktin Kuru So I mean, everywhere expanding, always increasing. Everybody gets it. That's your mandala you created. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punye Jana Puktin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punye Jana Puktin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama right eye, left hand, Punye right, Dana left hand, Kuru right foot, Puktin right foot, Kuru left foot. So you visualize these eyes looking into the 6 realms of disturbed sentient beings that are cycling, all the time cycling with this emotional program. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punye Jana Puktin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punye Jana Puktin Kuru So Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama I Punye Jana Puktin Kuru So Om Tara Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so when you're building this mandala in staging, you start with the bomb and the mantra around the 10 syllable mantra Tara around it. Then the 8 spokes creating the wheel of energy around you. This is your Bodhisattva energy field. Also, that hub of that wheel has the 100 syllable mantra. It has also all the letters of the Tibetan alphabet, the Sanskrit alphabet. So these letters of power are your safe zone. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Mama I Turn Jam Cooking cool, so but since there is no such thing as a single entity, everything interconnected, every being in the universe is projected as this same safe zone. So it's we. So you think that, all sentient beings. But always new sentient beings coming, and they're not in on this software program. So then we're going to project these sentient beings is connected, because everything is interpenetrating, to our safe zone. So we start with the most obvious. All the religions of this planet say, we go to the God or Goddess realms forever. Divine, supernatural, wonderful stuff happening. So we project, because those God, Goddess realms are spirit worlds, and because of their emotional involvement of arrogance about being there, just like rich and famous people, we color it gold. Now this is an energy field to take their pride and arrogance and transform it into the Buddha field of equanimity, where everything's equal. No divine, supernatural, any of that. Okay, so arrogance is transmuted into equanimity. Therefore, they're all potential Buddha. So we do that. Now that's right outside your safe zone. So this energy field is projected as 6 more feet out beyond your fingertip. So that's going to be the Mama. Ready? Right. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Hai Guni Chan Tutin Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Hai Guni Chan Tutin Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama. Gold energy field for the celestial. Ayupune Jan Putin Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayupune Jan Putin Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayupune Jan Putin Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama so this imaginary eye is now working with this worldly eye. So these two are now complementary. Now we're going to go to the left eye and create the war gods and goddesses, which are very famous on this planet, one of our most prominent social programs. And we're going to create that as a green energy zone 6 feet beyond the gold one. Okay? And that's the Ayu. We go like that. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu. 6 feet energy, all the war and war gods. Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So now we're going to do the human world, us lusty, desire-filled, very attached human. This is the blue like our sky. That comes from your right hand. So that's 6 feet beyond the war and war goddess realm. Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So Om Tara Tu Tare Tu Mama Ayu Punya Jana Bhukti Ku So and so we don't leave out the animal world because it's saturated with ignorance, unknowing, lack of awareness. So that's your left hand. And we color that energy field white. So this energy field, gold equanimity. This energy field is jealousy transformed into bodhisattva activity. This energy field of the humans with all of their sexual involvement, attachment, and so forth, transformed into bodhisattva. And this energy field of the ignorance transformed into awareness, knowing that it's the white one. And it goes like this. Om Tara Tare Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha Om Tara Tare Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha Om Tara Tare Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku so, Om Tara Tare Ture Mama Ayu Kunye Jana Bhukti Ku So, Om Tara Tare Ture Mama Ayu Kunye Jana Bhukti Ku So. Each of these four spheres you just created outside your safe zone are infinite in number, each of these dimension of being. Now we go to the, we call greedy spirit, deprived spirit. One of their categories is called hungry ghost. And that becomes the red energy field outside of the white animal one, and it transforms all that into compassion. The knowingness of your natural mind has a compassionate state of healing. Om Tara Tare Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha Om Tara Tare Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha. Isn't it interesting that there's such a little tiny Tara here in the middle of all this? Insignificant little white Tara hanging out here in nowhere land. Om Tara Tare Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha Om Tara Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha Om Tara Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha Om Tara Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha Om Tara Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha. Then we get down to the eye and the right foot, and this is the Kuru Bhukti. So we covered the demigods, the celestial realm with the gold light, the demigods with the green light, the humans with the blue sphere, the animals with the white sphere, the greedy ones with the red sphere. And now we're down to that red sphere, by the way, was out of your right foot. And then the Kuru, which is the black, or some people like navy blue, which to me is black, as the hell realm of anger, hatred, rage, abuse, intentional abuse against yourself, others, and the environment. Nothing worse than that. Greatest, most terrible mark a human being can put on your consciousness. Aversion. Om Tara Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Kuru. That's the black one. Kuru. Soha Om Tara Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Kuru. Soha Om Tara Ture Mama I Kumi Jana Bhukti Ku Soha Om Tara Ture Mama I Kumi Jana 15 Lama Ayu Kunye Jan 15 Kuru. That's the lowest round. So Pa. Now you have these 6 spheres. So the white tar is called the tar of the 7 eyes and 7 spheres. So the middle sphere is your 3rd eye, wisdom energy, with your heart and speech all together in that energy field. Then the yellow one transform the god and goddess realms of equanimity into equanimity from pride. And the next one, green, the war gods and goddesses transformed into the bodhisattva state of activity, karma. Then the human realm transformed into the path of the bodhisattva reaching full maturity in one life. That's the blue light. Then the animal world of ignorance transformed into knowingness and awareness. Then the deprived spirits, the red realm, that's the white realm. The red realm of the greedy spirit transformed into discerning awareness, knowing their true nature. And then the hell realms, all that aversion, abuse, everything transformed into loving kindness, consideration for others. Simple. Cooking, cool, so Lama, Hai, Punya, Jan, Cooking, Kuru, so Mama, Hai, Cooking, Kuru, so. Now this is all in sutra form, so if you go to your Dharma Center, they'll give you the White Tara Sutra. It's also practiced alongside green tar in our tradition. But what you must understand is these 6 energy fields are your energy fields. All this starts in the human condition and pervades the universe. It's called cyclic existence. It's been around for a long time. It's timeless like the universe. So now you visualize that black sphere and say the mantra and disappear it. Visualize it full of unopened black lotus flowers. All potential Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. And visualize it dissolving into the red sphere. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama Then those 2 together, the red sphere filled with red unopened lotus flowers, disappears into the white sphere of the animal world. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama Then the white sphere disappears into the blue sphere of the human world. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama And then the blue lotus flowers disappears into the war and war gods, the green sphere. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama We call them green because they're jealous gods and goddesses. That's why they have so much desire for war. And then that realm dissolves into the god and goddess realm of the arrogant gods and goddesses of all the religions, including Buddhism. And when you do that one, all 6, and then that's white unopened gold lotus flowers. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama Hai So then that one dissolves into your safe zone, into the hub of the wheel. Om Tara Tu Tara Tu Mama Hai So and the wheel dissolves into the spokes of the tar mantra. Om Tara Tare Tu Lama Ai Putin Ku So. And those mantras dissolve into the hub, the Vam, the creation sound. Om Tara Tu Lama Ai Putin Ku So. Om Tara Tu Lama Ai Putin Ku So. Om Tara Tu Lama Ai So, and this disappears into where it came from. Boundless space, no center, no boundary, no conceptual mind, no drama, none of that. Om Tara Tu Mama Ai Om John 13 Cool. And now you understand voidness. Relax. No meditation. Stay present and mindful, aware. Om for your body. Ah for your voice, your speech. Om for your mind. Together with Tron and Three. Om, Om, Tron, Three. 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 Om, and for your elements, long, 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 long. Light up your chakras, light up your universe, like a sun. Om Tron Hri, may all your chakras ring with weight from the ocean to the sea. There is no I or you, only me. Ho Hri.
Only me.
Only we.
Only me.
Ruchi Jade, nice evening. Now we're going to do the dedication prayer. Give all this away. Voidness is the theme. And when we do this, we realize Mahamudra because it's the nature of mind that's available to everybody and causes an infinite healing potential program. Then the three bodies of the Buddha is our body, speech coming together, body, speech, and mind coming together as a mature human being to accomplish that. So Mahamudra and the Buddha are the same thing. Then the unchanging nature of your mind is like space. And so this energy field of space is called Mahamudra. And that is practiced by the Sangha, and that's us. And this is including everybody and everything, so there's nothing else other than that. By this virtue, we read it. By this virtue, having realized that Mahamudra may quickly establish all beings without a single exception in this state. Through the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three bodies, through the blessing of the unchanging truth of the Dharma, and through the blessing of the unwavering aspirations of us, the Sangha, may this dedication prayer be fulfilled. In Sanskrit, Ewa Di Nirvijana, Shagya Champa Dugirne, Goa Chinkin Malupa, Baini Sawa Koparsha, Sanjay Kusum Nimpai Jamada, Shoni Major Dimpai Jamada, Yendi Niche Dumpai Jamadi, Chita Goma Momam Dupai. Now being happy, free of suffering, established by our practice in bliss and equanimity. May all the Lamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and may all their wishes be fulfilled.